Hello class, today what we're going to do is talk about box plots and outliers. Boxplot is a graphical display that we're going to use that uses the 5-number summary. So if you remember that 5-number summary, it's the minimum, the lower quartile or Q1, the median, the upper quartile or quartile 3, and the max. So the way that those match up, the minimum will go right here on your box plot or box and whisker plot if you've heard that before. Q1 is right here. Your median is that big line right in the middle. Your Q3 goes here. Your maximum goes here. Down here is a number line that you got to make sure that you label appropriately and use the same intervals for the whole time. All right, so let's do an example. All right, so we've got our data set. It's already been ordered from least to greatest. So what we want to do now is find our middle. So I know I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 numbers. So I'm going to go 6 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 6 from there. So my median is right here in the middle. All right, now I need to find my lower quartile, which I take this half of the data, find the lower quartile here, which would be right there. Then I find my upper quartile or my Q3. So this is my median, which I find a number right in the middle, which is 10. Here, my middle number is 4.5. That's going to be Q1. And then here is 11.5. And that's my Q3. Then I have my max over here. And my minimum right here. Alright, so I've already got my number line labeled right here. Make sure you don't skip any numbers. I counted by ones because I need to get from my minimum to my maximum. So I counted by ones. You can count by twos, you can count by threes, count by tens, whatever you want to count by. So now what I usually do is start with the median. So start right in the middle. I know I got a 10. So I draw my vertical line there. My Q1, I'm going to draw my vertical line here at 4.5. Then I'm going to draw my vertical line here at Q3, which is 11.5. Now I make my box. Okay, and then I connect my whiskers at the end. So now I know I need to get to 2. So I'm going to draw my whisker out here to 2. I got to get to my max, which is 17, which is out here. And draw my max there. So that's how we make a box plot. Now there's a specific calculation that we need for the outlier. Okay, so remember an outlier is just a point that's really far away from the majority of the other data. And that calculation that you're going to need to do is 1.5 times the IQR. Remember the IQR is Q3 minus Q1. So that is that distance from this point to this point. You just subtract them. And then after you get that distance, you're going to multiply by 1.5, subtract it from that side. Anything below that is an outlier. Then we're going to take this same number that we found and add it to here. Anything out here is also going to be an outlier. So let's do an example. So I've got my same data set that I had before. Found my median, my Q1, my Q3, my minimum, and my maximum. So step 1, I need to find the IQR. So I'm going to take my Q3, which is 11.5, subtract my Q1, which is 4.5, so that gives me 7. Then I take that 7, and I'm going to multiply it by 1.5, so that gives me 10.5. Now, I'm going to add this number to my Q3. So I take my Q3, which is 11.5, add the 10.5 that we got, and I get 22. Also, I need to subtract that 1.5 times the IQR to Q1. So doing that, I got 4.5, which was my Q1, minus my 10.5, which was this number. I get -6. So what I'm looking for is anything that's above this number, 22, which from our data set there was nothing above 22, so there's no outliers up there. And anything below that -6. So if I look over here, there's nothing below -6. So then there are no outliers since there's nothing beyond those two numbers. And that's how we found box plots and outliers.